Welcome to Metrology lecture series. In the present video, we will discuss the Tomlinson Surface Meter. The Tomlinson Surface Meter is a mechanical optical instrument which is used to measure the surface roughness. It was developed by Dr. Tomlinson from the National Physical Laboratory. This is the schematic representation of the Tomlinson Surface Meter. First, we will discuss the construction and main parts of the instrument. So first we have to discuss about the main parts. In the diagram we have to observe this is the workpiece which has to measure the surface roughness. Next is the stylus and the skid. So this is the stylus which is the touch the workpiece surface and it moves over the surface of the workpiece. So next we have to see the skid. Skid is provide a reference surface and skid slides along the workpiece and act as a datum. Moreover, skid gives the supports and stable the instrument. Next parts are the leaf spring and the coil spring. So in the diagram I have to observe. So leaf spring and the coil springs are attached to the stylus. And one more thing I have to observe. So spring force capital P is applied in this direction. Due to the spring force is applying in this side, which is helps to control the stylus movement. So stylus moves only in the along the vertical direction. So due to the spring force capital P, so stylus is moves only in the vertical direction. Moreover, due to these forces, stylus has to maintain the frictional contact with the lapped or cross roller. So here observe. So due to the spring force, so this stylus has to maintain the good frictional contact with the cross roller or the lapped cylinder. Next part is the lapped cylinder. So in the schematic you have to observe. So this is the lapped cylinder which is having the frictional contact with the stylus and it is positioned in the fixed cylinder. Here lapped cylinder is having the frictional contact with the stylus. So due to vertical movement of the stylus, lapped cylinder also rotating. So it converts the linear motion of the stylus into rotary motion. So next to this lapped cylinder is connected with the steel arm and at the end of the steel arm is attached with the diamond scriber. So arm also rotated due to the vertical movement of the stylus. So next to this surface profile is traced in the smoked glass plate which records the surface profile. And next is the glass plate. So glass plate is placed in the optical projector which is the magnified the surface profile. So this is the main parts and construction of the Tomlinson surface meter. Next we have to discuss about the working principle. Let's see the working principle of the Tomlinson surface meter. So first is the stylus moves over the surface of the workpiece and due to the surface irregularities in the workpiece, so stylus moves the up and down movement. So here we have to remember stylus has to be moves only in the vertical direction only due to the attachment of the coil spring and the leaf spring. This vertical movement is controlled by the springs, so no sideways motions of the stylus is occurs. The movement of the stylus causes the cross roller to rotate. We discussed that one. So stylus is attached with the lapped cylinder or cross roller which has to be the rotate. This rotation of the lapped cylinder moves a light steel arm with a diamond scriber. So this lapped cylinder is connected to the steel arm. So steel arm also rotated, and this steel arm is at the end it is attached with the diamond scriber. So diamond scriber also rotates. So scriber draws the surface profile on a smoked glass plate. The glass plate is then placed as an optical projector where the profile is magnified for the analysis. So this is the working principle of the Tomlinson surface meter. So next question is how the motion of the stylus is producing. The instrument body is moved slowly over the surface of the workpiece using a screwdriver by electric motor. So electric motor is attached to the body which has to be move the stylus along the surface of the workpiece, and moreover anti-friction guideways ensure the smooth and straight movement of this body, moreover this stylus. So next we have to keep remember the important point. Stylus is always pressed against the surface by the spring force. A stylus having the only vertical motion is allowed for accurate measurement, and final output is magnified trace of the surface roughness. And let's discuss the advantage of this instrument. So it is the simple and the low cost instrument, and this instrument is reliable for the measuring the surface finish, and it provides the visual profile of the surface irregularities. So next we have to discuss about the limitation. So main limitation of the Tomlinson surface meter is slow in process. So this is we can't use it for the mass production applications because this process is the slow. And moreover, so this instrument is not used for the many materials. So it is having the restriction for the materials point of view. So it is not used for the thin materials and the fragile materials. So this is the Tomlinson surface meter, and thank you.